Sassy 99.9 this week that the stores are going to run out of tortilla chips by Saturday, but no sweat, you can make your own, right?
Absolutely, and once you have had fresh chips and salsa, you will never turn back. Joining us this morning is David Ross, our good friend, here to show us how to make fresh salsa and chips.
Very easy.
This doesn't look like my mom's salsa, so to speak.
It's a little bit different because it's got a couple unique ingredients you won't find in most salsas.
Okay, the secret coming up in 2 minutes right here on Good Morning Northwest Sunday. Stay with us. Fresh chips and salsa, and this is one of the best salsas you're ever going to taste. It is really yummy. And you were telling me not only is it great with the chips, but also salmon.
It's a wonderful sauce for any kind of grilled, roasted meat. It would go well with salmon, steaks, pork chops, and just a little bit of the salsa. It's tons of garden vegetables, and then your roasted meat on top. So not just for salsa and chips.
All right. Today, though, Super Bowl Sunday, we want salsa and chips.
We do.
All right. How do we get started?
Well, we're going to talk about the chips, and it's only really 3 ingredients, which is corn tortillas. You want to use corn because flour tortillas would burn. We're going to deep fry them. We're not going to do it on set this morning because that can get a little bit crazy. But it's just vegetable oil to about 350 degrees. Now what I did to make it a little gimmicky for Super Bowl, I didn't have a football cookie cutter, which I should have, but you can cut it into stars, strips. These are like the little tiny rounds you buy. So free yourself up and think creatively with the shapes of the tortillas. Those go in the hot oil only for about 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
It'll bubble up, and once the bubbles stop, the chips are done.
All right.
Now you want to salt them immediately when they come out of the oil so that salt kind of sticks to the chip.
And when I take them out, I want to put them on paper towels?
No, actually, that's a really good question. What I do is put them on a cookie rack over a baking sheet.
Oh, okay.
If you put them direct on the paper towels, the underside of the chip can actually get soggy.
Oh,
so you want some air to keep going around them. That's why we put them on a cookie sheet.
Okay, that's a very good tip.
And just keep bringing them out. This probably would go in about, what, 5–10 minutes?
And that's a lot of chips.
That's a lot of chips. Now the salsa is very simple. You can still make it this morning if you haven't got something for Super Bowl. And it's a combination of Roma tomatoes, yellow onion, and garlic. There's a lot of cilantro in there. There's salt, sugar, pepper. And then the spices are a little unique. We've got ground cumin. That's something we always put in chili. Ground coriander, which is actually the seeds of the cilantro bush. That's dried and ground. And then chili powder, and I use Chipotle chili powder. And a Chipotle is a smoked jalapeno. Yeah, smoked jalapeno. That just goes in the food processor along with 2 secret ingredients.
Okay, here we go.
Canned Chipotle chilies. You can find these now in all the supermarkets. Again, it's just smoked jalapenos, and it's in kind of a tomato vinegar sauce.
Okay, so that again is going to give it that different smoky flavor that makes these so wonderful.
And then, you know, Teresa, I don't know how I ever found upon this in my recipe, but these are pepitas. They're green pumpkin seeds. And you can buy them already toasted and roasted and salted in the market. And those go in.
Oh, wonderful.
And that gives it kind of a nutty flavor and crunchy texture.
Okay, so this is not like a chunky salsa by any means. This is finely processed.
It is. And you pulse it probably about 10 seconds. And it will never go into a puree because of the pepitas and the chunks of tomato and onion. But it's kind of halfway between a real chunky salsa and a kind of a tomato sauce.
Okay, well, it's a great recipe. I guarantee it. I love this salsa recipe. Go to our website, KXLY.com, click on recipes, and we will share David Ross's wonderful salsa and chips recipe. And coming up at the end of the show, David is actually going to taste test our Philly cheesesteak sandwich for the Eagles and Rick's Boston baked bean recipe for the Patriots. And depending on how you choose, that's the team that's going to win today, guaranteed. You know, no pressure on David. Now let's see what's cooking in the forecast, Kirk.
Teresa, a chance of snow.
Which is it going to be?
I think,
Philly
was very close.
Or the Boston baked beans.
Good flavors in both, but in the end, I'm going to upset what most people are saying and say Philadelphia wins today.
He's going with the
Thank you
cheesesteak.
so
Going with the
much.
Okay, there you go.
All right, we're going for the big upset. Thanks
Good
to
call.
David Ross for being here. All of our recipes featured on the website, right there at the top of the page if you want to try out these great recipes. Classy 99.9 tomorrow morning between 6 and 10. News 4 at 5, 6, and 11 tonight. Have a great day.